Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the show. If you're new, now you know. The real ones gaming where we always got the flow. Welcome to the show. If you're new, now you know. The real ones gaming where we always got the flow. And we the ones they hate to love. You the ones we hate to dub. If you ain't in the inner circle, tell me why you showing up. And if you think that it's a game, if you think that we the same, let me put it plain. You ain't with the gang, and I mean green, pinky, bridge, and zig. And if you didn't know, we about to blast your crib. And we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yeah. Yeah. Gaming, entertainment, movies, and all things blurred. There's some rules to this here, and it's words to my nerds. I'ma take you through the steps. We gon' start with the first. Pay attention, it's the intro, so let's get to work. We the ones they hate to love, you the ones we hate to dub. If you ain't in the inner circle, tell me why you showing up. And if you think that it's a game, if you think that we the same, let me put it plain. You ain't with the gang, and I mean green, pinky, bridge, and zig. And if you didn't know, we about to blast your crib. And we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones.
Welcome to the show. If you know, now you know. The real ones gaming while we always got the flow. Welcome to the show. If you know, now you know. The real ones gaming while we always got the flow. And we the ones they hate to love. You the ones we hate to dub. If you ain't in the inner circle, tell me why you showing up. And if you think that it's a game, if you think that we the same, let me put it plain. You ain't with the gang, and I mean green, pinky, brig, and zig. And if you didn't know, we about to blast your crib. And we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep it hype and keep it entertaining. Number one podcast when it come to
Step into the game where the real ones play. Green, pinky, zig, and bridge got something to say. Joystick dreams and pixel streams we slay, bringing bled vibes every single day. Controllers locked, we break that code. Power-ups in hand, leveling the mode. From gaming to laughs to stories untold. In the culture we mold, the gold unfolds. We the real ones, gaming show crew. For the players, the fans, the geeks like you. Entertainment and bled all intertwined. Grab the mic and hit start, we shine. Flipping consoles, shifting gears. Talking quests throughout the years. Pixel dust and digital cheers. This is the vibe that steers our peers. Laughter in the chat while the stream is live. Level up the energy for the real ones vibe. Green's got the wit, Pinky's got the drive. Zig and Bridge keep the team alive. We the real ones, gaming show crew. For the players, the fans, the geeks like you. Entertainment and blends all intertwined. Grab the mic and hit start, we shine. Laughter in the chat while the stream is live. Level up the energy for the real ones vibe. Green's got the wit, Pinky's got the drive. Zig and Bridge keep the team alive. We the real ones, game and show crew. For the players, the fans, the geeks like you. Entertainment and blends all intertwined. Grab the mic and hit start, we shine.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Green the Jedi. Don't be alarmed. People are running a little late. It's cool, but we're here, and I'm gonna have to run the show for a little bit, just until everybody gets up in here. Allegedly, no, we're starting. Damn it, we're starting because we're gonna be on time today. Okay, we were on time today. We started at 8 o'clock. Okay. Miss Pinky 313 will be in momentarily. KRBridge will be missing this week. She's out of town, thugging with her rounds. Out there with her friends, doing hood rat stuff and whatnot. And ZiggyTheBeast is on his way home as we speak. So it's just me for right now, but we're here. Okay. But it's just me for right now, but we got it. First time I'm doing a podcast by myself so far. So, it's cool. I got the notes. Not that much of a busy week. As far as gaming is concerned, a lot of stuff as far as, I guess you can say tech, but it's more on the political side than actual tech side. Especially today, a lot of stock prices gone down. A lot of things are a little shaky. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Hey, look. It is what it is. But we're here. We're here to have fun. We're here to have fun. That's all that matters. So like I said, not a lot of stuff. Some stuff came out today. One thing I can talk about is the Sonic the Hedgehog racing game, Crossworlds. They just released an open playtest, which is available now, at least on Steam, that I know of. I'm not sure about console, but on Steam, it's up now. It's for the 29th through the 1st, so this weekend. So if you got Steam or if you got console, I would go check and see if it's on playtest. If you're interested in that sort of thing, you can think of Sonic Racing as a alternative to Mario Kart, pretty much. Same concept. Obviously different style, different concept as far as the character design and stuff like that. But same exact concept. It's a racing game with weapons and coins and different routing systems and stuff like that. Very unique tracks. I played a little bit of it. I played the first Grand Prix of it, and it looks really good. They got a system, a plate system that gives you advantages depending on what you want. For instance, they have one that makes your weapons a little bit higher damage, therefore making it look bigger. They have another one that kind of increases the boost range for your speed boost. They have another one that gives you more coins. I think it ups your range to, or ups your limit to 150 coins and stuff like that. So it seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. The only question I have right now so far is that price. For instance, if I look now, I'm pretty sure it's still the same price. Yes. So right now, Sonic Crossroads, which is a racing game, is scheduled to be $70 with a digital deluxe edition being, am I going blind? Does my eyes deceive me? Okay, so the digital deluxe edition is $89.99. And they are asking for pre-sales right now because this game comes out September 25th. Boy. So with this digital deluxe, it looks like you get the base game, the season pass, which gives you the Sonic Prime character pack, which is Rusty Rose, Tails 9, Knuckles the Dread, which is available at launch. You get 6 content packs, which includes guest characters, vehicles, courses, emotes, and more from some of your favorite pop culture franchises. There'll be some more additional stuff released or announced after the release, of course, but that seems to be what is there now. Some of the season pass stuff includes Minecraft pack, which gives you Steve, Alex, and the Creeper playable characters and vehicles and tracks. You get SpongeBob SquarePants pack, Pac-Man content pack, and then they have, it looks like, a content pack 4, 5, 6 that has yet to be announced what they are, but they're supposed to be coming out in 2026. And of course, once again, that Sonic Prime character pack. So, I mean, $90 for the base game and these mysterious things. It looks, from what I can see, it looks like it's going to be Minecraft, SpongeBob SquarePants, Pac-Man, and that looks like Ninja Turtles and possibly Avatar. That it looks like it's there for. So I don't know if anybody's in the chat is interested in something like that, if y'all want to play a game like that, but that's what they're bringing: Avatar, Ninja Turtles, Pac-Man, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Minecraft to Sonic Racing. So they haven't announced the last one yet. So I don't know. $90 for a racing game is, for a Sonic racing game, is a little wild. $70 for the base game is even wilder. But me playing it, I don't feel comfortable saying that it's cool for $70. I'm gonna be honest with you. So you can try it. Try it out this weekend. That's what I say. I'm buying Phasmophobia now. The reaction I got from my kids is not making me feel safe. Go ahead and get it. It's fine. It's just a game. It's just a game. Yes, this Monday at 3:00, it'll be me. Big ups to all my haters and Miss Pinky 313. And we're trying to get DDS 618 to join us. But we'll be playing some Phasmophobia this Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check all of our Twitch pages for more information. But I might see if I can get that on the real ones too. I might see if I can funnel that on in to the real ones and get that on there too. So, but yeah, we're gonna be playing some Phasmophobia. So that should be cool. Labor Day, little horror, little ghostly, little ghastly stuff. You know, I like it. Let me see. You got it. It's acquired. Yeah, see, you know, it's easy stuff. Big ups, you. We got each other, and as long as we got each other, nothing can hold us back. Absolutely nothing. You feel me? So I guess trying to wait for everybody, but it's fine. We'll get into the stories and we'll try to save as much as possible for when we get there. So in some quick topics, I don't know if you guys heard, but Criterion, who is the studio behind Need for Speed, they've actually merged with the Battlefield family, and they are now a Battlefield studio. So they'll be assisting with current and future Battlefield games. So I don't know what that means for Need for Speed, but it looks like Need for Speed is done for right now. It looks like that's being put on pause because according to the announcement, Criterion will be focused just on Battlefield. That's their whole primary focus. So they didn't come out and say Need for Speed is done. But I mean, if the studio behind Need for Speed is no longer a Need for Speed studio, then what else you want us to say? According to The Gamer, it says it makes the name that Criterion is a Battlefield studio, even though it hasn't been that long since the Need for Speed game Unbound release. It still felt like fans of the series haven't had much to be excited about over the past few years. That lull only got worse when it was reported last month that Need for Speed has been shelved by EA. That report came from the lead of Speed Hunters, a car culture website that was even backed by EA. So it seemed believable at the time. Things started to look even worse when it was confirmed that Criterion, the creators of Burnout and lead team on Need for Speed, were confirmed to be involved in Battlefield 6's development. So they were the ones behind, like I said, the current Battlefield. It seems as now the team's future. So they even changed the logo, dog. It's wild. So the last game that came out for Need for Speed was called Unbound. Unbound was it A$AP Rocky? I think A$AP Rocky. Unbound was okay. It was okay. It was nothing to brag about, but it was okay. My favorite so far in the most recent years is Heat. Heat was actually pretty good. I didn't mind Heat. Unbound was okay. Just okay. But with this news, doesn't look like we're going to get another one. So EA looks like they just scrapped another game. First NBA Live and now this. So go ahead and do the 21 pew pew salute because another one has fallen. So no more Need for Speed. And the last Need for Speed game that came out was December 2nd, 2022. So, and there's some people who said some stuff about it. Like, for instance, one person said in EA's pursuit to mimic the COD business model, they shed all their diverse studios. Coming soon, Codemasters, a Battlefield studio, is what they're joking about. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, if we get another Need for Speed game in the future, that'd be cool. If not, this is what it is. I mean, I've always said that I feel like there aren't enough racing franchises. Need for Speed wasn't doing that much to kind of add to the franchise. They were coming out with games like every 5 or 6 years. So, and once they came out like every 5 or 6 years, they would come like back-to-back games, and then they would just kind of go away for a while. And that's primarily like EA's fault because they keep coming up with these other games and just sticking with it. For instance, Madden is just a yearly game, but they don't put that same energy into like an NBA Live or anything like that. So, it would be nice to get an NBA Live game from EA, but that ain't gonna happen. And look how long it took us to get a skate game. But you know, it's all good. You know, it's I guess. Speaking of Skate, Skate is releasing. The Skate team actually announced that they're releasing the Skate game, not Skate 4, because there is no such thing as Skate 4. I wish people would stop saying that. But Skate is releasing September 16th, early access. What does early access mean for Skate? That means they're releasing the game. It is not completely finished. They will constantly update the game into the full idea of it, I guess. But what Skate is going to be now is a fully immersed city, online 24/7 game where basically you just skateboard. It's filled with challenges, game modes, and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about. The only thing I don't appreciated about it is that there is no campaign or story mode to it. I would have really appreciated a story mode to it, but that's not there. But I mean, for right now, it's just an open world skateboarding game, which is something a lot of people just wanted to have. Just open it up to us and just let us be creative and be able to do what we want with our friends. It is a online game, so that means that anyone can be seen in the world and the server. You can invite your friends and you guys can just kind of skate around without any kind of limitations. You can add stuff to kind of create your own kind of tricks and kind of show your creativity by adding certain tools and objects to your skate lines. It's supposed to be like this whole thorough thing. I think they're doing a little bit of a open beta. So I would check. I don't know if it's open or if it's a closed beta, but you can try to get access to it this weekend as well. But like I said, it's releasing September 16th, which is in 18 days. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people have been a little bit upset about it because they don't know why they would come up with a early access. And some people are even saying that they're upset that it's a free to play game. Now, I kind of think it's cool that they're doing a free to play concept with it because it kind of gives it that Fortnite kind of feel where I can choose what I'm actually paying for. If I want the cosmetics, I can pay for the cosmetics. But as far as the actual game, it's free. You can skate right out the gate. Might not look the best, but you can. You can also earn credits through just playing the game. and buy certain clothing, but I'm sure they'll have like some specialty clothing that you'll have to like actually go into it for. So, but yeah, it looks great from the clips that I saw. It's a game that I've been waiting for years. I'm pretty sure Pink, Zig, and Bridge are pretty pissed at me, or at least they might be happy that I'm finally getting a game, because I have been talking about this game for years. Last time I've been able to play a skate game was Skate 3 on the PlayStation 3. A minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So I'm happy that they finally decided to have a skate game. What I've wanted to see, a Skate 4 game instead of an open world skate. I would have been cool with a story mode. That would have been something I really would have appreciated. But this concept, I'm willing to give it a try. Along with this, Session also had an update too. I don't know if it's a combat against the skate game. Sounds like it. I just don't want to say it and be wrong, but it seems like they've been having some updates to kind of get ready for this. So if Session, the skateboarding game, is having updates, then this game must be something to be kind of fearful of. So I would say September 16th. If you're a skateboarding person, go ahead and grab it. Feel me? Feel me. Another quick topic, and this one actually comes from Diddy. DDS618 actually sent this in. I didn't even have any idea about it, actually. But Blizzard's Diablo developers actually voted to unionize after the mass layoffs. So if y'all don't know, this year has been a pretty bad year for gaming as far as employment. A lot of studios have been either laying off or completely dismantling certain studios altogether. Xbox has been doing it a lot. So Blizzard has been one of the main targets because they have one of the larger employments. So the Diablo developers decided to get together and say, bump that. We need to come with a union so that we can have job, like employment protection, and make sure that we're being treated fairly and equally. So it says the newly formed union will represent a wide range of jobs across Blizzard, including designers, engineers, artists, and support staff. Microsoft Blizzard's parent company has officially recognized the union. The unionization campaign is not an isolated event at Blizzard, as earlier this month, the studio's story and franchise development team also voted to unionize. This is a quote saying, with every subsequent round of mass layoffs, I've witnessed the dread in my coworkers grow stronger because it feels like no amount of hard work is enough to protect us, said the Diablo producer and organizing committee member Kelly Yo, the game developer. This is just the first step for us joining a movement spreading across an industry that is tired of living in fear. And this is like a historical thing, so really don't hear that much about unionization in gaming. So it looks like finally they're getting some sort of fair representation in the gaming industry. And hopefully this kind of changes, because like I said, they've been doing a lot of massive layoffs. And who knows what that means next year or the year after, or, you know, a couple years down the line for like gaming in general. So I would keep my eyes to it, y'all. Keep your eyes to it. All right. And finally, one of our final quick topics. I don't know if you guys know, but Meld Fest is still going on. If you don't know what Meld Fest is, Meld Studios is one of the broadcasting softwares that you can use to actually stream. So if you're interested in streaming, or if you're already streaming, Meld is actually a really good, useful tool. It makes everything kind of a little bit more simpler than the other competitors, which is OBS or Streamlabs, for instance. It makes it so that you can stream multi-platform, but also it can make it so that you can stream a little bit easier. You can monitor your performance a little bit better. You can also design your overlays a little bit better. So instead of having to go and purchase an overlay, you can make a simple design with your camera and not have to go through with downloading plugins to do it, because it's all within the software. Meld Studios pretty much has it all. I actually play around with it a lot. I like it. I met the Meld team at DreamHack last year, and boy, they know what they're doing. They have a team pretty much of streamers too, so they know which streamers really want, and I like that about them. And they're very responsive and very cool. So if you're interested, I would definitely check out Meld Studio and just kind of go around with it. But they are having a festival right now, a live AF festival, where they have a prize pool and they're giving every streamer and creator a chance to win prizes. And it's a multi-week for it. And this week in particularly, you can win. Some of the prizes that's there is the Lenovo wireless mouse, a Fourth Wall Live AF merch, Elgato String Deck Plus, Stream Charts Pro membership, Elgato prompter set. If y'all don't have that, I have it. It's pretty nice. You should try to get it. A Nerd or Die $50 gift card. So if you are looking for those overlays, or you're looking for anything for your streaming setup, a Nerd or Die gift card would be helpful. Ghost Energy cases for those energy drinkers. A Lenovo Legion monitor. A Live AF AIM controller. And it looks dope. It's like light blue and stuff. It looks pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looks pretty nice. An Elgato Pro audio set, which our very own Miss Pinky 3131 won last time. Pretty nice, right? Let me get rid of this person. Boom. And we also have a Respawn gaming chair and a Fourth Wall Ultimate merch launch. I don't know what that is, but it looks nice. So you can win any of these prizes. All you had to do is log in, complete some of the challenges, and you'll have a chance to win any one of these prizes. You know what I mean? So I think it's pretty cool. You know, you just kind of go in there, and some of the challenges are very simple to do. For instance, some of them are just as simple as making an account on the Fourth Wall, which Fourth Wall is pretty much like Teespring, but I've gone through Fourth Wall a little bit better than Teespring. Not even gonna lie to you. It pretty much helps you create your own merch for your streams, or any kind of merch for anything, really, honestly. It also allows for your audience to actually purchase merch for other audience members. So I think that's kind of cool, and I'm very curious to dive a little bit deeper into the Fourth Wall. So this week they're focused on Fourth Wall, but you can kind of just use your clips and stuff like that as entries to get you some points, to give you some chances to win. So I'm going to give you guys this little reference in here. you can use that link right there to sign up for the Live AF for Meld. I highly recommend signing up for it. And, just kind of do the challenges and, increase your chances of winning. And I believe that they're doing this up until, is it September? I can't remember when it's over though. Let me see. I want to say it's because it started about 3 weeks ago. Let me see. Oh, that's not Mel Studio. That definitely wasn't Mel Studio. Okay, let's see. Live AF Fest is a 6-week celebration. So it's going to be a total of 6 weeks. I think we're on the 3rd week, actually. But I'm trying to get the actual dates for you guys. Yeah, right now we're actually completing we just completed the 3rd week. We're now starting the 4th week. So right now you can start with the 4th week and do 5 and 6, 4, 5, and 6. Increase your chances. And, be cool, right? And you can actually check everything here to see if you won already. Because I have to check too, because I'm like, hey, yo, did I win anything? Oh, no, my headset. But it's a cool festival. It gives you a chance to kind of like learn a little bit more about how to, I guess, create your content a little bit better and aim it so that it can be a little bit different. So definitely check it out. Definitely click that link and sign up for it. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. All right. All right. Looks like I'm on a roll. I'm doing good. For my first time doing this by myself, I'm doing nice. But sometimes I get a little scared. I get a little frightened. But it's okay. And why is it okay? The day I always look forward to. I'm always looking forward to this time. I be waiting. I be having these stories a week in advance. Because it is now time for Green's Haunted. Haunted. Hashtag. So this week's Green's Haunted patch updates. Hello. How are you? Thank you. Work. This week's patch updates comes from actually Newsweek. I was actually very surprised to see this. A family moves into a new house and they are a little bit chilled at a message found scratched inside the closet. Not written, not marked up, but scratched inside a closet. Says a homeowner endured a few sleepless nights after discovering an unsettling message scratched in the back of a closet in her 1920s home. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't know. I'm creeped out about saying people's real names. But we'll call her Stacy. Stacy Adams. There we go. Stacy Adams and her family moved into their new home in Arlington, Massachusetts a year ago, but didn't notice anything was amiss until she recently began reorganizing her clothes. That was when she saw the chilling 15-word message written in the back. It's way in the back of probably a 3-foot closet, scratched into the contact paper. Adams told Newsweek. It totally creeped me out. Etched crudely into the wood at the back of the vintage piece of furniture were the following words: Stacy's mom should move the fuck out the house. Hey, look, once you make that payment, you can't really move out at that point. You got to stay at least a little bit. Adams' home dates back to 1924, meaning the message could have been written any time in the past century. So far, her efforts at finding the origins of meaning behind it have been fruitless. Pinky is on her way. So what was the message? Here is a direct quote that was sketched into this person's wall of the closet. A red river clogs my eyes as I slide down deeper from despair to death. Once again, it says, a red river clogs my eyes as I slide down deeper from despair to death. Not leave the house. Adams continues with saying, I initially thought it must be song lyrics, but my Google search didn't turn up anything. I showed the photo to all my friends and family who were equally spooked. The lack of answers and the fact it felt like something out of a horror movie left Jones suffering from a few sleepless nights. Who could sleep 5 feet away from something like that, she said. Adams would be forgiven for thinking something paranormal was at play. While it's not the majority, a significant portion of Americans do believe in the supernatural world. Earlier this month, a Gallup poll revealed nearly half of U.S. adults, 48%, believe in psychic or spiritual healing. Slightly fewer, around 39%, believe in ghosts, while between 24% and 29% say they believe in 6 other supernatural phenomena, including telepathy, communication with the dead, clairvoyance, astrology, reincarnation, and witches. You won't leave the house but scared of a Ouija board? Look, sometimes the message was already written. Whatever wrote it is probably out of the house because it didn't write anything else so far. As far as I'm reading, it didn't write anything else. It just seems like it was already written there before she got there. Eager to get answers, Adams took to Reddit, posting a picture of the message under the handle Vitamin. I love posting on Reddit. You get such a wide range of reactions. My personal favorite are the people who accuse you of staging something like this for upvotes. One user described the message as an example of high school teenage angst. Another, meanwhile, shared the memory of doing similar. When I was 12-ish, I distinctly remember writing weird things on the wall of my closet over the door where they'd never really be seen. So basically, it seems like people are like justifying it, saying like maybe this was just like a 12-year-old, or maybe this was like some teenager kind of thing being done. But it goes on to say that Adams said, I talked to our neighbors who have lived next door since 1970s, and they told me the 3 daughters shared our bedroom, which is the maximum of 100 square feet in the 70s and early 80s. Upon further investigation of the closet, there are a number of things written inside. Elaine 84 and I love Gary with Gary crossed out. My ultimate conclusion is that this was the early 1980s emo musings of a teenage girl. Still not the kind of thing you want to find etched into a 100-year-old closet, though. It's a closet, so we're pretty stuck with it. I may wallpaper over it at some point, but I am enjoying the creep factor for the time being. So, again, could have been a teenager. I'm not going to tell you shit I used to say to people in the chat rooms. I think we all did a little something in chat rooms we weren't supposed to be doing. I think we all had our moments, especially as teenagers. I think we all said some things we probably shouldn't have said. Don't you think? I think so. I think so. But once again, it wasn't bad. It was just morbid. I mean, you can share with the class. If you like, you can share with the class. As long as it's not illegal. But until then, this has been another. Just another. Green Haunted Patch update. Yes. Oh, it's a very specific. Oh, yeah. You probably don't want to share that then. You probably, that's probably something you would just want to tell us on the back end. You don't want to, you won't put that live. I wouldn't put that live. Now, hey, everyone, I just arrived. Didi, you have been in here, okay? You enjoyed the Green's Haunted update, patch updates, okay? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Now I was sleep. Nah, you was in here begging for the haunted patch updates. Okay. You said you wanted more. You said you wanted a whole episode of nothing but haunted patch updates. We can make that happen. That's what I heard. We can make that. We can make next week a whole episode. Don't worry. I'm gonna make a note right here in my handy dandy cellular device. I'm gonna text Pink and Bridge and let them know that Didi requested that we do a full episode of nothing but haunted talk. That's what he would like to see. A Halloween edition. Actually, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that as well. I've been thinking about that. And ironically, we'll be in DreamHack during Halloween. So, you know, we shall see. We shall see. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh man, Pinky's really gonna make me do this whole thing by myself. That's wild. And so will Mr. DreamHack himself. Exactly. So we can do the Halloween special all together with special guests. DDS. I like it. I like it. A special shout out to the subscription. I appreciate y'all. Not well, fix it. Jesus Christ. Tay gonna bully you into going. I'm letting you know that now. But on to the main topic. Which is one that I'm a little confused on. Because I'm not sure why. But it is reported that Nintendo is discouraging or seemingly discouraging Switch 2 developers not to create games for the Switch 2. And instead to launch games on Switch 1 and rely on backwards compatibility instead. It says a fresh report has detailed the difficulties faced by some developers keen to launch games for Switch 2, but who remain unable to do so due to lack of Nintendo support. According to Digital Foundry, Nintendo is still restricting its supply of Switch 2 development hardware and instead telling some studios to launch their titles as Switch 1 games that can then be played via backwards compatibility. This has sparked frustration among the number of developers, including at least one major AAA studio unable to launch a Switch 2 native version of their game, while hardware is given to some indie creators, including the team behind a campfire simulator. All right, I guess. So some of the things that kind of confuses me is which developers are they telling to do this to? Because as far as I know of, Switch 2 is trying to get some of the bigger titles switched over. And if that's the case, why wouldn't you give them the developer kit? Because if you could always put those games on Switch 1, why didn't you do it before? So for instance, like Elden Ring, just using an example. Elden Ring's been out for quite a bit at this point. So let's just say they told the developing team of Elden Ring, we're not going to give you a developer kit, right? And here's the developer kit for the Switch 1. Have at it. If that was the case, why not just do that in the first place? Why didn't you do that when Elden Ring first came out and just release it on the Switch 1 when you had the opportunity? Why wait now that you had a Switch 2 to do that? That makes no sense. Like if you have the Switch 2 and you have the hardware now to handle a lot of games, which is the Switch 1 was hacked and people never bought a game. They have a big fear of having the Switch 1 problem again. I mean, you can't really have that though. You know, you gotta kind of like just trust the system. Like if you came out with the Switch 2, you kind of have to go balls to walls. Or what was the point of you releasing it? You should have just kept it and just did your testing until you was foolproof with the Switch 2. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of having a Switch 2 if everything's like can be on the Switch 1? Like, what was the point of me buying it? There's no exclusives. But according to this, it seems like the games that matter can. the games that's probably going to matter the most can. I mean, maybe not like Elden Ring. I would hate to see Elden Ring on Switch 1. But what about the other games? What about Pokemon? Which Pokemon, as far as I saw the last bit of sneak peek they gave of Pokemon, it looks like it could have been on Switch 1. So I'm not quite sure what they plan to do with it. But me personally, I think we're heading into... Me personally, this is what I think happens. And people are going to get mad about it, but it's cool. I think the 2024 elections kind of messed a lot of people up in planning and figuring shit out. I don't think anybody thought the stuff that happened would happen. And I don't think they thought stuff would end up going up as high as it's going up. I don't think they thought that stock markets would crash the way that they're going to crash eventually. I don't think they really thought about finances being in the direction that they're going. And I think now a lot of companies are making mistakes because they're more worried about that side than anything else. This seems like a really weird issue that Nintendo has that I'm not quite sure why this is a thing. If I have a new console, just go ahead and make the new console the thing. Like, if it gets hacked, it gets hacked. You're already telling us, like, if we try to hack it, you're gonna brick it. So I guess follow through with it. See, you should have brought DD in. Hey, look. That's true. They can't. But if that was that threat, as to say, like, hey, if you even attempt it, we're going to brick your stuff. Follow through with it. I don't know what to tell you. At this point, like, I feel like if I pay what is it, $450? Did it go up already? Or is it still $400? If I pay $400, $450, $500, whatever the price is at this point for something, why are you trying to brick my stuff in the first place? If I'm correct, hold on. I think it's $450 now. I don't think. What GameStop issues? I'm not talking about GameStop issue. I'm talking about overall issues. I'm talking about the shit that happened today issues. That shit, respectfully, is a little bit more my concern than, because compared to everybody else, GameStop is fine. They brick people's systems who bought used games. I didn't hear that. But that's part of the bigger issue that I have with Nintendo, at least with this Switch 2 thing. They're just I don't know what it is about the Switch 2 that got them so, like, really tight about this. This is, like, different. Switch 1, when they came out with that, it wasn't free, but it was, like, kind of like, it wasn't this strict. It's something going on with Switch 2 it's very strict. And maybe some stuff went behind the scenes with Switch 1 that I just don't know about. And people were, like, getting games for free, and they was, like, what do you call it? Jailbreaking Switch 1s and stuff. Maybe that's the case. And maybe they're just trying to figure out a way to stop it. But I don't know if being this strict is the way to go. I kind of would have just left it alone. Someone would buy the same cartridge. Oh, because it's a key. It's not a, what do you call it? It's not an actual game. It's a key. And you still got to download the. Yeah, that was stupid too. I didn't like that either. When they explained it, I was kind of like, that's weird. So if you got to download the game anyway, and the cartridge is just a key or the license, quote, quote, what is the, why not just buy the game digitally? Because it's the same concept. Like, The only difference is you don't have to have the cartridge. Maybe the cartridge is just like a little memorabilia or whatever the case might be. But like, I don't know. Yeah, some people want the physical, but at this point, like, is the physical even worth it anymore? Because isn't the physical like $10 more than the digital? It's like, isn't the physical like? Let me just look. So, for instance, let's look at Mario Kart World because that's the easiest one. Ah, even Mario Kart looks like the same. At least for Mario Kart, it is. Let me try Donkey Kong. So digitally, Donkey Kong is $70. But this is weird. So if you go to GameStop and you look and you click on digital, right? It's going to say that the game is $69.99 as far as what it says up there, right? But when you click on new for the physical copy, or when you look at new for the physical copy, it says plus $3.50. But when you click on it, it still says $69.99. So I don't know what that means. Let me look at Kirby. Kirby ain't even digitally. Kirby is just straight physical. It means it's GameStop, I guess. I could have sworn though that the physical was like $10 more. Or that's what they were saying before. And that's what people had a problem with. But either way, I mean, it was misinformation. Hey, look. I don't know. This news story, I guess this is something the developers just kind of have to. I don't know. This is weird because obviously the Switch 2 has better specs than the Switch 1. I'm sure the developers would love to get their hands on the dev kits for the Switch 2 instead because they want to improve the game that they're developing. Switch 1, if they did it for Switch 1, they can do the backwards compatibility, which is fine, I guess, because you're playing the game anyway, right? Is there a huge difference between a game that's on Switch 1 that you have to do backwards compatibility with on the Switch 2? Like, are you not going to have fun with it as much? Or is it going to be better? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, is there a huge difference? Like, if I know there's a difference between the some games just won't go to Switch 2. So maybe this is a push for Nintendo to like get more games for backwards compatibility then. Maybe this is their way of trying to get that to be a big thing. Maybe they're saying like Xbox and PlayStation in the past have had negative comments because of backwards compatibility issues, and we want to have more games for backwards compatibility. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe Nintendo just doing stuff just to do it. Yeah, I mean, according to this, they're saying, but I will say it does say that it's only to some. But they did give, it says it did give hardware to an indie developer, including the team behind a campfire simulator. So Nintendo said, "Oh, you're making a campfire simulator? Here's the dev kit for Switch 2." But I guess for another game that's probably a little bit more difficult to make, they said, nah, here's the Switch 1 kit. Go ahead and make it for backwards compatibility. There is some quotes. It says there's been a lot of talk about this lately, that Nintendo seems to be almost discouraging Switch 2 development to some degree. I've spoken with plenty of developers where they were told that their game, they should just ship it on Switch 1 and rely on backwards compatibility. There's a lot of developers that are unable to get Switch 2 dev kits. We talked to a lot of devs at the Gamescom this year, and so many of them said the same things. They want to ship on Switch 2. They would love to do Switch 2 versions. They can't get the hardware. It's really difficult right now. Yeah, well, I don't know. I would love to know which developers are being denied the kit and which developers, well, obviously, the one studio that we do know got the kit says from what we've heard, there were some weird inclusions as well. Some indies were included, which is nice to see, but there's that campfire game, the camera campfire game, and they're getting kits. And some big developers, on the other hand, who develop AAA stuff, aren't necessarily in the pipeline there for kits. The camera campfire game in question is Chilling by the Fire, which makes us use of Switch 2 camera. On the one hand, the simple fact that this makes use of game chat and the Switch 2's camera capabilities makes this impossible to launch on Switch 1, meaning the development hardware for Nintendo's newer console would be required. All right. So then that excuse, is that viable to you guys? Is that viable to say that because this game utilizes the Switch 2 camera and game chat, which is not something that Switch 1 could have, that's reason enough to give the Switch kit, dev kit, to this developer instead of other developers of AAA games? Is that a good reason? Mind you, it is pretty much a campfire game. If they wanted a real push to get backward compatibility, they let us use old cartridges and have it. That is true. Was the old... I haven't played my Nintendo Switch in a while. Was the old cartridges the same way, where it was just a license and you had to download the game? Because I can't remember. Because I think it's been that way for a while, though, right? No? So this is new, then. Some of the Switch 2 games are the full games, too. Well, it looks like early today it was reported that Nintendo was planning a fresh direct due this September. So maybe they'll fix everything by this September. Maybe they'll fix everything. Depends on the developer, because you can put a 24 terabyte in the game card, basically. I mean, there's a few games that I'm interested in the Switch 2, and I'll be honest, like, the price of the system itself isn't bad. Compared to other handhelds, it's not bad. Are there a lot of games that I would get on it? Not really. I mean, I'm interested in Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm even interested in the Pokemon. I mean, I'm always interested in the Pokemon game. Other than those two, I can't really think of any game that I'm interested in. That's the only reason why I haven't picked one up. I'm just waiting for more games that I'm actually like cooling with. Pokemon might be the game that gets me to get a Switch 2. Honestly. That might be the only game that gets me to get a Switch 2 right now. Donkey Kong looks great. Yeah, I figured Mario Kart would be cool for a little bit. And then maybe it'll die down a little bit. But most of the games look like they were already released, and I probably already have them on another console or on my PC. But there don't seem to be a lot of like launch titles for the Switch. Like I'm looking down the list now to see if maybe there was something I just kind of missed. A lot of accessories. A load of fucking accessories. A lot of accessories. But doesn't seem like even they even have a different type of the camera. It looks like they have a USB camera for the Nintendo Switch 2 that looks a little bit different than the camera that it's advertising for the Switch 2. A lot of different controllers, but I mean they always had those. But like I said, like most of the games are kind of like it's a little hit or miss for me. Yeah, they had upgrades. Yeah, I saw the Street Fighter one that they had, but I got Street Fighter on PC, so it's kind of like it is what it is. Other than that, it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Ah, man, but you know, it's there. So I mean, we'll see how it happens. Like they said, the Nintendo has a thing in September, so I'm wondering what that's going to be about. Other than that, we just have to kind of see. This week has been pretty slow with gaming news. It hasn't been a lot, but it's been a decent amount, but not as much as last week. Last week it had like a ton of stuff. This week PAX West is going on, and I believe the first day was the day. So I would assume this weekend we'll have a little bit more news to kind of share with everybody. They did come out with the most anticipated game list. A couple of them came out with the most anticipated game list, and I'm not sure if I really agree. Not sure if I really agree. The list that I saw that I don't agree with, more than likely, and I'm just remembering this because I just saw it like kind of glancing. Number 1 was Ghost of Yotai. 2 was, matter of fact, let me just look it up because I don't want to be wrong about it. Borderlands 4. I'm definitely getting Borderlands 4. And Borderlands 4 was on that list. Surprisingly, Call of Duty was the last on that list of 7. Let me see. Let's do a quick Reddit check. So, if you're in the chat, let me know what game are you most excited for, and I'll go through this list. So, number 1, we got Ghost of Yotai. As of right now, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Number 2, we got Silent Hill F. I can agree with that. I'm actually excited for Silent Hill F. I'm not really into a lot of like those type of horror games, like the Resident Evil series. I'm cool with because it's nostalgic. PlayStation 1, the first Resident Evil game, that's nostalgic. But as an adult, I'm kind of like, I'm good. But I'm going to get Silent Hill F. It looks dope. And I really like Japanese horror. Like I'm really into like Japanese horror movies a lot. And this looks amazing. So I'm in agreement that Silent Hill F should be on the most anticipated list. Did you hear the new rumor about Steam Deck 2? I heard that too. Ninja Gaiden 4. I didn't play the other one, so I can't really say yay or nay on that one. Mafia the Old Country is out already, so I'm gonna erase that one off. Donkey Kong Bonanza is out already, so I'm gonna erase that off. Borderlands 4. I can agree with that. Borderlands 4 is pretty cool. From what I heard, the people that played like a couple hours of Borderlands 4, they said it was fun. They said they had a lot of fun with it. I think they only played 3. I think they were allowing people to play 3 hours of Borderlands 4. So, and like I said, from what I heard, they were having a blast with it. We have Little Nightmares 3. I'm also looking forward to that. I don't know a lot of people that actually played Little Nightmares 1 and 2 though. I mean, it was a surprising hit as far as streaming is concerned, but I don't know a lot of people that played it. I don't personally know a lot of people that played it. Pokemon Legends. Yeah, I'm a Pokemon fan. But I don't know if I'm okay with what Nintendo did with Power World right now. So, and it doesn't seem like they learned anything from Power World. So it's kind of like, Luka Doncic is going to Overwatch 2 apparently. Overwatch 2 is I'm not playing that game. They're really trying to get people to re-download it just to see if it's any good, but I'm cool with Marvel Rivals. At this point, I don't even think I would have a decent amount of time with Overwatch 2. I think I would be okay with just playing Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals did announce their characters for season 4, which comes out in 2 weeks. Yeah, because next week is the 5th. It's gonna be Daredevil and Angela. So Daredevil is gonna have the ability. Is there any way they would make you come back? Yeah, keep the promises that you kept the first time. I want a story mode, damn it. Give us a story, give us a campaign mode, even if it's co-op campaign mode, and make it less toxic. Then we can probably talk about it. But right now, Marvel Rivals is pretty good to me. So I don't see a reason to go to Overwatch. Like, even if I download it right now, I would kind of be like, is there a point? You still gonna have to buy the characters, which is ultimately the part that pisses me off the most. Angela. So I'll show you. So Angela is actually a sibling of Thor. I'm put it in here too. 4. There we go. I'm looking for it now. Let me see here. See, I usually have people. Let me show you guys this. Share screen. So here you go. So Angela's going to be one of the characters. They haven't really talked much about what her role is going to be. But let me see if I can find. I do know that Blade, his ability is going to be able to see any character that goes invisible. I mean, not Blade, Daredevil. Yeah. His ability is going to be anybody that he's going to be able to see anybody who goes invisible. So Invisible Woman and Loki. Miss anybody else that goes invisible? Oh, and Psylocke. So those 3 characters are pretty much they're effed at that point. Yeah. So yeah. So it looks like that's going to be his little passive ability, is he's going to be able to see that. And then, of course, he's probably going to be a combat arms melee type of person. So, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a nice little thing. I think Angela comes out. Is it Angela comes out first and then Daredevil will come out? Either way, you'll get them in the next season. It'll come out one way or another. They're always OP at the beginning. Think about it. Even Blade was OP in the very beginning. So it is what it is. What up, RJ? It truly is what it is at this point. But you know, it's cool. It's cool. Oh, commercial break is in progress. But trying to see what else is on here. Of course, we don't have a tidbit from Pinky, so we're gonna skip on over that. Other than that, it's really not much going on. Like Dee Dee mentioned, you know, it's all good. It's all good. She was busy. Everybody was busy. I could have easily postponed, but I wanted to see you guys and let you guys know what's going on. Not Tig wasn't busy. Jesus. DDS wasn't busy. Hey, look. I tried. I did what I could. Be here now. You know, be here now. It's fine. It's fine. Next time I will have you two on speed dial in case of an emergency. We will have a discussion this weekend. I promise. Thank you, big ups. I try. Tig would have bullied you the whole show, but it would have been fun. It's fine. Maybe next time this happens, we'll be more prepared. But that's cool. This week, and I personally don't have a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna do my regular stream. I think I'm gonna switch my Saturday streams a little earlier. Originally, I moved it to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I wanted to be able to have my whole Saturday to just having family stuff. And then I ended up streaming. He said he doing a 12-hour stream. No. Nah. I might actually do a 12-hour stream this Sunday. I just said it. I said Sunday. I might actually do it Sunday. So if I can wake up on time Sunday, I might actually do it Sunday. We are the spare real ones. We don't count. Wow. Y'all are real ones, okay? You are all real ones, okay? But I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. I might move it up a little bit, maybe to 5, because 8 p.m. is a little late. 8 p.m. is a little late. What will I be playing? Who knows? It's not gonna be Marvel Rivals. It's not gonna be Marvel Rivals. But I'm gonna try to do something special for you guys tomorrow. And then I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream Sunday. That's gonna be a struggle, but I'll figure out a way. It might be actually a working stream. Won't be Fortnite either. You know what? I'll do a Fortnite stream tomorrow for Tig. I will play Fortnite tomorrow. Nope. Tomorrow I will do this now. What date is it? I will do. Am I doing anything tomorrow? Got that stuff. I will get on at. I'm gonna say 5. I might get on at 4, but I'm gonna say 5 for right now, just to be safe. I will get on stream at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my page, GreenTheJedi, and I'll do Fortnite. Now, if I get bored and I'm on Fortnite for 2 hours and nobody shows up, I'm switching. But I'll do Fortnite for a little bit because I do got to do the battle pass. So tomorrow I'll do some Fortnite, and then Sunday we'll just mix it up all day. I can't do 12 hours of Marvel Rivals. I could, but we won't do 12 hours of that. But tomorrow we'll do some Fortnite. So we'll do that. And then Monday we're doing Phasmophobia with Pinky, and big ups to all my haters. We'll be doing that. And that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday for Labor Day. And then we'll get back on our regular schedule program for next week. Next week is going to be pretty big. I got some big stuff at my job, so I'll probably have some good news next week. We'll see. I'll find out on Wednesday. So hopefully after these next few streams, when I take my normal Tuesday break, I'll have like some good news. So we'll see. Other than that, guys, I don't have anything else. We did the show. We sat here, we talked, we had a good time, and I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go for the night. Let y'all get to bed a little early. I know y'all tired. I know some of y'all, y'all a little older now. Y'all got stuff that y'all got to worry about. Yeah, take your naps. Yeah, take your naps. I'm 25. I'm 25. So thank you guys for coming through. I really appreciate it. We're going to hit on out. Feel free to sit and listen to the smooth sounds of the Real Ones gaming music. Catch you guys next week. Big shout out to Miss Pinky 313, ZiggyTheBeast, and KRBridge. Catch you guys next week. Peace.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. If you're new, now you know. The real ones gaming where we always got the flow. Welcome to the show. If you're new, now you know. The real ones gaming where we always got the flow. And we the ones they hate to love. You the ones we hate to dub. If you ain't in the inner circle, tell me why you showing up. And if you think that it's a game, if you think that we the same, let me put it plain. You ain't with the gang, and I mean green, pinky, bridge, and zig. And if you didn't know, we about to blast your crib, and we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yeah. Yeah. Gaming, entertainment, movies, and all things blurred. There's some rules to this here, and it's words to my nerds. I'ma take you through the steps. We gon' start with the first. Pay attention, it's the intro, so let's get the word. We the ones they hate to love, you the ones we hate to dub. If you ain't in the inner circle, tell me why you showing up. And if you think that it's a game, if you think that we the same, let me put it plain. You ain't with the gang, and I mean green, pinky, bridge, and zig. And if you didn't know, we about to blast your crib, and we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones.
Welcome to the show. If you know, now you know. The real ones gaming while we always got the flow. Welcome to the show. If you know, now you know. The real ones gaming while we always got the flow. And we the ones they hate to love. You the ones we hate to dub. If you ain't in the inner circle, tell me why you showing up. And if you think that it's a game, if you think that we the same, let me put it plain. You ain't with the gang, and I mean green, pinky, Greg, and zig. And if you didn't know, we about to blast your crib, and we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Oh yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones. Yes, we them real ones.